Oh, y'all. Hi, it is Tease. Good day, good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well. Hope all are safe. Okay, yeah. So, at a time such as this, with the frustration and crime and the craziness at an all-time high, because really, I think right now everything is over the top. So it's over the top stabbings, over the top dog bites. I want to say it's over the top when it comes to feasting on children, but unfortunately, that's been happening since before the pandemic, and crime has went up, of course. So it's just like it's everything that's crazy is like, okay, now it's times 1,000. So with that being said, and it's actually real talk. I just want to know, would it be safe to say that you can, or would it be safe to say to kill anyone in a Jeffrey Dahmer outfit? Because I guess they said they have Jeffrey Dahmer costumes coming out, but Jeffrey Dahmer isn't known to be. Well, he probably is known to be Santa, because it's like you give the look like, okay, I appear to be innocent, but yet I am very dangerous. Yeah, so long story short, you're actually dangerous. Also too, they said there's people. No, oh yeah, the carjackings went up too. Like, okay, people stealing cars, stealing car parts. And at first I thought it was just a TikTok challenge, but I guess people really are. Okay, I really need to steal your car. So I guess in Chicago there was, I think, three people hanging out on the highway. I don't know if they wrecked their original car, if that was a car that they had already stole, but they left it on the side of the road and they basically was flagging down vehicles, for them to get out the vehicle. Yeah, so they flagged down a red truck, I believe. It was pretty much, and I guess some guy somehow. Oh well, I think what happened was he got stuck behind the wrecked vehicle. So, most of the time when people see car accidents, they clog traffic anyway just to be nosy. But it was one damaged car, literally on the middle of the highway. So he basically stopped, like, oh, okay, there's a wrecked car right here. So while he stopped, the guy who was driving, or one of the guys, pretty much was like, yeah, go ahead and give me your car. So somehow he opened the door and got out. I wouldn't have opened the door. And the guy who was recording was trying to yell, but he was on the other side of the highway, like in between the median, because he was recording, because he seen what was happening. He seen these people walking up and down the highway. I'm like, why are these people on the highway? So he pulled over to the shoulder to record, and I guess over um, the median, you got the little tall cement blocks. Well, not too tall, but he could see over it in his car. He pretty much was trying to yell, "Hey, don't get out the car!" But for some reason, the guy did got out. He got out and rolled out the vehicle, pretty much like, "Okay, we'll take the vehicle." But crazy thing is, he didn't even have his gun out, so I don't understand what made him roll out the vehicle. I don't know if that was a setup, but whatever it is, it's not unusual to get snatched out of a vehicle and somebody drive off in your vehicle. So I'm saying be careful of that and just don't take any chance, because you just never know. It'll seem like something innocent. Oh, you need my help, and then they tell you to come around back to help me take out these groceries, and then you go around back and get hit across the head. So with things like that going on, would it be safe to say to just nip this shit in the bud? Like, or because back to the whole Jeffrey Dahmer outfit, you see somebody. Oh, and before I get back to Jeffrey Dahmer, they said it was another guy who got shot by the police. I want to say Vegas police. He had on I don't know if it's a Jason mask. Basically had on one of them scary, quote unquote, scary masks. But then you're walking around the park, being weird. They said it was rumored he was waving a gun, but even if you're not waving a gun, why are you walking around with this mask being weird? Because it's just the fact that I don't know who that is under that mask. I don't care if it's Halloween Day or Halloween Eve or Christmas, whatever it is. Why do you have on this mask being weird in the park? So he ended up, long story short, he ended up getting shot because it's just weird shit like that. People don't have time for that. He got shot by the police. So would it be safe to say to just nip the shit in the bud before you get any surprises? Because, they'll argue like, oh, okay, well, he didn't do anything, or you shouldn't have killed him. You should have called the police. Like, okay, do you really have time to call the police when it's like, okay, you got 3 seconds to save your life? Because my thing is, if I call myself walking to the store, or just going out for a walk or for a breath of fresh air, and I get run up on or attacked, and then I have to end up stabbing or shooting someone to death, I'm not going to call or be thinking about no damn 911 just before or after I get attacked. So it's kind of like things they tell people to do while they're being attacked is kind of, it's not realistic at all. Because the same people that tell you to keep calm or you should call the police, they don't even do that. You call the police and tell them, oh, hey, I'm here to move a tree limb out the middle of the street. Call the police, like, hey, there's a tree that fell over in the middle of the street, and as soon as they pull up, you get shot. Just because you fit the description. So do they ask you, hey, call 911? Or hell, half the time they don't even give you the warning before they blow your brains out. So it's kind of like, you have to be realistic. So if you can literally get murdered by the police just for being at the right place at the wrong time, then if someone's in a stressful situation, don't expect them to count to 5 and then call 911 just before or after they get attacked. Like, that makes no sense. Because we have to start being rational. Like, maybe in the good old days, you could probably do that. Like, oh, hey, well, this is something that caught me by surprise. I'm thinking something's going on. Could you check it out? But these days, with craziness happening back to back, okay, or it's the benefit of doubt, or it was just the wind. No, that needs to fly out the window. Because there's way too much scenes of strange activity happening. So that means if you have the extraterrestrial or the demonic activity going on, and then you got crazy people acting up, you can't afford to be giving warnings or waiting for them to attack you in order for you to make a police report. So my thing is, damn the police report. I would rather deal with the consequences, the legal consequences later, than get attacked because I want to do the right thing and let the authorities know before I get attacked or after. Like, no. They'll tell you, like, oh, you should find a safe place and do, they have all these steps for this and that, but yet they don't do that. You don't take safety steps. You'll just come in blazing, because police don't take no damn chances, so why should you? You know how many innocent people have been gunned down by the police in non-criminal situations? It's not something like, oh, okay, hey, someone's fighting, or someone just stole from the store, or someone just did a drive-by. No, they come in blazing. You call and say, hey, can you check on my grandmother? She may have fallen. I've been calling and her door's locked, she's not answering the door, and they will come in with their guns out. And that's a non-criminal situation. So it's like, there's been plenty of situations where you end up dead just calling for a welfare check. So I don't want to hear, oh, keep calm and all that good stuff. But all I was saying is, would it be safe to just go ahead and nip this shit in the bud? Like, somebody come at you with a weird Jason mask on. I mean, maybe you could give more, hey, dude, you better not come by me. But it's like, then again, if they got a gun, they come close enough to you to get close range with a gun, and it's like, my thing is, I see you coming from, I'm running the other way anyway, just because it's like, why are you coming right for me though, so it's like, I do that. I'm really strange like that, because it's like, if I'm out in public, I'm walking on the sidewalk and I see you coming, or if you're right behind me, I'm going across the street. And then if I have to, I will walk in the bike lane, because it's like, I don't like crossing paths with people, because you just never know who these people are, what spirits are on them. And then, like I said, there's been a lot of random stabbings too. People are stabbing people that they know that did something to them last summer. They will say, okay, yep, I'm just gonna randomly stab you, him, and her. Like that dude in Vegas. There was another lady that just got stabbed up not too long ago. So it's like, yeah, people, they're like intrigued with stabbing people. And again, you have to get close. I have to get close to you to stab you. So my thing is, if I'm in public, it should just be me. I keep a radius to where, like, okay, I should be able to spin around with 20-foot arms, without hitting anyone. I like to keep that type of radius to where it's like, okay, there's nobody in front of me, nobody inside of me, on the side, in the front, or, there's nobody behind me, because it's like, you just never know. And then you got to keep watching your surroundings, because you'll think like, oh, okay, the coast is clear, but then out of nowhere, someone will just pop up and be right in front of you or right behind you. So I don't know if they hide in the corners or what, but you definitely got to watch your damn back. More than your damn front, because you can see what the hell's going on in your front. You can't, unless you got mirrors or eyes in the back of your head, you don't really know what the hell is going on behind you. So again, my thing is it just safe to just nip this shit in the bud, just so you don't have to deal with any surprises, And I don't know why, if they know the times are changing, that means the law should change too, as far as the whole self-defense law. Yeah, if I happen to shoot or stab your ass, I don't want to hear about it if you, because you were doing strange activity. And I think there was another case too with a man. They said he was a firefighter. Well, not in uniform firefighter, but he was reported as a firefighter that got shot in the back by a coiled head lady. But they didn't tell that he wasn't on duty, and then he was literally choking a bystander to death. So she shot him to get him off him, because she pretty much like, hey, get off him, you're choking him. He didn't listen. He pretty much like, get out of here while I choke this guy to death. So she ended up shooting him in the back. And so far, she didn't get charged. But to me, I feel like that was just. Because it's like, while you're choking somebody to death, and I'm sure once he got done choking him to death, I'm sure he would have skated too. So I feel like that part was just. Even the guy with the mask. Because my thing is, if you're waving a gun and you're being weird and you're not listening to people when they're asking you, who the hell are you? What are you doing? Or get the hell out of here. Then yeah, you just may get shot. Because that's just too weird. At a time such as this, you can't do weird shit. You know, because you just may get sprayed. Because like I said, everybody's not going to play with you. Everybody's not going to be, oh, that's cute, a Jason mask. Like, no. Because that probably really is Jason under that damn mask. Because it's not unusual to get slaughtered out here. You know, so all I'm saying is this isn't the time to be doing jokes and pranks. Yeah, people want to do jokes and pranks. Oh, yeah, I joke and prank you, you know, as if I broke into your house. Now, if you get shot up into Swiss cheese or you get turned into a net, I don't want to hear it. Because like I said, this ain't the time to be playing around with people or to be picking fights. Because like I said, people are not going to freaking play with you. Especially if they're on edge and then they're scared. And isn't that the police's excuse? Oh, well, I was scared. Okay, so if I'm scared, that means I'm not going to play with you. You're just going to get blazed. So again, is it safe to say that, okay, just blast these people or just nip it in the bud? You know, at a time such as this, because is it going to be unusual or is it really going to be, oh, you should have just waited or you should have said something? Like, no, because these people, it's like they don't listen anymore. They're so demonically possessed or they're so programmed and literally altered minded that they can't even hear or see what the hell they're doing. They don't really know. Because even when I was talking about, and I don't even think I uploaded that video, where basically when you get these demons or these people who hate other people, they just hate you, or maybe you in particular, they just hate you, and they hate you because that's in their nature. You don't have to do anything for them to hate you, you know, but they hate you, you know what I'm saying? So like, they don't have control over their hate. They just know that, okay, it's in me to hate you. So that means if it's in them to hate you, that means they can do anything to you and it won't faze them. So again, would it be safe to say to just nip these people in the bud before they get you? You know. And I'm not saying just anybody with a Jason mask, you blow their brains up. But my thing is, if you in a Jason mask and they're following you around, you might want to go ahead and take care of that. Because like, by the time they do get you into a corner, then Lord knows what the hell's going to happen. Even if it is just a joke. I don't know it's a joke. That shit's scary. This ain't the time to be playing with people's cardiac health, you know. So just like being scared or doing too much these days is just not a wise choice. Yeah, so yeah, with that in mind, just be careful and just don't let any of the buffoonery slide. Like I said, you don't want to be like, I don't want to be the type of person that'll, you know, cause serious injury. Like, okay, but you know, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to encourage being vicious either. But it's kind of like, you ever seen in those scary movies when it's like, okay, let's still like if somebody's trying to kill you or the killer's trying to kill somebody. Okay, you slap the knife out of their hand and then maybe you hit them across the head with a shovel. But you know, not quite dead, but just enough to get them away from you. So you run away. They're not quite dead. You go back, you know, or somehow they're missing and then the knife is missing. And then while you're running in the woods and tripping every 5 seconds. And then literally by the time where you think you get to the destination and then that same person who you hit across the head with the shovel or Jason or whoever, they will come back for you to finish the job. You know, so it's kind of like I said, I don't want to encourage to go for the jugular, but it's just something about just, I don't even know. I don't even know if like, okay, if it's safe to just push them so you have time to run away. Okay, you can run away, but if they're still coming after you, it's like, how are you going to neutralize the situation? You know, and it's almost like you really can't win for losing. That's why you almost have to just literally like stay out the way, or you know, get some SWAT gear or something, because it's just too weird out here. These times are too weird, very weird. Yeah, because it's kind of okay. So you nip them in the bud, but then it's like, then they want to question you, like, okay, well, so what happened, you know? And then now your face is plastered all over the news, so it's just almost like you really can't win for losing. Like, are you on the news for as the wolf or as the prey, you know? But then again, are you really the wolf if you're just defending yourself? But then again, at times such as this, you probably are. Because I know here, somebody attack you and you attack them. Oh, well, you can't do a report, or well, he can press charges on you too because you hit him. And I'm thinking like, well, first of all, it's just so weird. Everything is so weird. But then again, though, I would rather make the police report, or I would rather just be questioned or get booked than be on the back of a milk carton or have a toe tag, if that makes sense. So I guess, if it's one of those situations where it's like it's either me or them, and you do the math on who it should be. If it's a situation where it's either me or you, defend yourself if you plan on being around to see tomorrow. Is all I'm saying. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Is it safe to say to just nip this shit in the bud now, or it don't matter if it's safe to say hell, because your safety comes first at the end of the day, you know, because they can tell you, oh, well, you see this, just stop, drop, and roll. Okay, that sounds easy when it comes to training, but when you're actually put in that situation, all of that flies out the window. Most of the time, people panic. Again, back to the police. I'm sure they were trained, whether it was for 1 day or 1 month or whatever the case may be, on how to handle situations. But when they're really caught in those situations, they all of that quote unquote training flies out the window, and then they just do basically what quote unquote fear tells them to do, which is shoot. So, I mean, and is that unusual? They're not wrong when they do it. I mean, so should it be wrong when you do it? You know. So I'm just saying, I gotta do what's best for you. Safety first, you know. Especially if somebody comes to you to attack you, neutralize the damn situation. You know, you just don't know, especially if you don't know these people. Like you don't know what the hell's up their sleeve. You don't know what they're up to. It's just crazy. And they say literally, as long as things are crazy, it's gonna get more crazy. As long as gas is $10 a gallon, people are gonna steal. As long as everything's in calamity, then you're gonna get the result of what's being spewed. You know, so this tainted energy or tainted environment in the world is going to just cause crazy and chaos and more attacks. That's why everything is so intensified, because everything is intensified. Gas is intensified. $20 a gallon for gas, $10 apples. It is what it is. All right, but I hope all are well. Hope all are safe.